Hi guys, so I wanted to talk about the wilderness season. Now you may find yourself in this place in your walk with God, kind of feeling like you're in the desert and you can't see what's ahead of you and you only know what's behind you. And I actually want to talk about the Israelites, how they wandered for 40 years in the wilderness. And there's a couple reasons why that happens. Is because, maybe we don't trust God enough, or we're constantly in this cycle of, God, are you here? I believe in you. I kind of don't believe in you. God, I know I believe in you, but it feels like you're not here. It feels like you've given up on me. And I want to pose a question to you guys watching this. Does God not care at all? Or does he have your entire life figured out? Which one seems more logical? Not this one, even though we may believe that God just doesn't care, but the most reasonable answer to who God's character is that he has our entire lives figured out. Now, the wilderness season was sort of like a deliverance season for the Israelites. God had just pulled them out of Egypt, and God was kind of just here, kind of waiting to see if they would go back the other way or if they would trust God to keep going forward. Now, you may find yourself in that place where God feels silent and all you want to do is just go back. You might just be like, well, God, you kind of brought me this far, but it doesn't seem like you care at all about what I'm going through. I'm just gonna go back to what I know. Drinking, partying, depression, whatever it is that God has brought you out of, and you go back to it, that's called the wilderness. It's a season of testing you, not to test if you're capable, but to test if you really do trust God, to test your faith, to see if what he's done in your life is fruitful, or if it's just the seed that fell on rocky ground, or the seed that fell on bad soil and the enemy snatched it up. So I went through this season kind of a couple times throughout my walk with God. I would say I'm at a point now where I know there's nothing else but to trust God, considering he's let me try everything that I think would help me. But trusting God, we don't really know how to trust God. We don't really know what to trust God with. But God mostly just wants our hearts, and he wants us to know that our life, the beginning and the end of it, is all planned out by God. And if we open our hearts to him, to come inside of our hearts and dwell here, to live in us, to lead us and guide us in wisdom, then that's us giving him our hearts. But if we believe in God and we close him off from teaching us or guiding us or directing us, then it's kind of just a vain faith. Because true faith is hoping for something that's not seen. There's been many times in my walk where I had to have faith, or it was either want to end my life. It was either have faith or end my life. It was either trust God that things are gonna turn out, or it was giving up too soon to see the goodness of God. I would say there's been a lot of times where I've been in a lot of dark moments, crying out to God, not getting an answer, feeling alone, feeling so defeated. And I will say by testimony that God has turned around everything for the good. I didn't see it at the time. All I saw was deception. All I saw was God was a liar. God hates me. That's all I saw. But the moments that I just let go of trying to get somewhere and just allowing me to just be still where I am, that's when God moved. It wasn't me begging on my knees, asking God to change the situation. It was the moment that I let go. And I will say, as I gave up control and just went on with my life, God turned things around every single time. So, according to the title, so God says somewhere, I'm not sure if it's the book of Isaiah or Jeremiah. I know that you can look it up. But the scripture is, have you not heard that the Lord is the everlasting God, who never grows faint nor weary, who gives strength to the powerless? God isn't sleeping on you. He hasn't forgotten about you. He's incapable to do so. As he mentions many times through his word, that even if a mother forgets her nursing child, God will never forget you. And I pray that this is some encouragement to whoever's watching this to keep going. Don't look back, because back did nothing for you in the first place. But keep moving forward. Even if it's hard, just leave it all in the hands of God. You know, you don't need to be anywhere. You don't need to be something. You don't need to be anything other than just be still and know that He's God.